Okay, you can tell that we are organized today, that we've got the lovely lady Brianna in the house helping us to organize, and that's why we're early. We're 4 minutes
Hello.
early, straight up 4 minutes early for our normal broadcast time of 5 o'clock East Coast time, and I guess this is non-daylight savings time. I guess this is the correct time. I get confused, but it's another example of where the government really just shouldn't mess around with things that are natural. They
I
should keep
know.
things the way things should be. Let's see if we can find
They might mess up with the weather someday.
the video here and see if the notifications went out. I never know if the notifications are going to go out or they're not going to go out. We got 5 folks in there dribbling in, and so we're going to talk about how you can wear gold, high-end gold watches all the time. You were wearing your, is it SBGX
X038.
038? You were wearing that, and it got slimed the other day.
Yeah, during
It,
the music
it,
video
it
for
got
the shoot.
slimed, and let's show that picture. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Here we go. You can cut to that. And that's the picture of the beautiful stunner Grand Seiko 9F movement, solid 18 karat gold with an HD strap, and it got slimed right in the middle of your dance. You were dancing and you got slimed. And that was one that you did
Twice.
for a client, Crypto Slimer. Crypto
It
Slimer. So,
was definitely interesting.
and you did a good job. You did a good
Thank you.
job with that video. They're pleased with it.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
liked it a lot.
So there you go.
4K and 1080p.
A happy customer. And Carlos is in the house. He says, hello, Craig and Bree. And let's see. I would say this is not the daylight savings time, as you are now 1 hour ahead of Panama and you are Eastern. Yeah, I think we're now the correct time. I think this is what the time is supposed to be. See, the reason that they shouldn't mess around with that is high noon is supposed to be the time when the sun is highest in the sky.
Right.
And you're supposed to be able to gauge things by that. But if they mess around with the time, then that's no longer
Natural.
correct, right? It's not
Yeah.
natural. We like things to be natural on this channel. Like 18 karat yellow gold is natural. That's the way gold should be. It shouldn't be tainted with different colors. It shouldn't be
True.
somebody's version of, rose gold or the other terms they use. Maybe the folks will share in the chat the other terms they use for different colors of gold. It should be 18 karat yellow gold is what it should be.
I agree.
So, and yes, can you wear them every day? Yes, and I have a confession to make, Bree. This watch had stopped. I had to wind it and set it for this show because I haven't worn it for 3 days. It has a 3-day power reserve, and I hadn't worn it for 3 days, and it did stop. It will stop after 3 days. And so, but the beauty is it's so quick and easy to set. I just wind it up. I stop the second hand at straight up noon, and then I set it for a minute ahead of wherever it is, right? And then I just wait for time to catch up, and then I
Right.
just push it in, and it syncs up perfectly with the minute hand. It really is easy for me to sync up the second hand with the minute hand on this watch. And it was easy on your watch as well. And I like that because I hate it when the second hand gets to straight up noon and then the minute hand isn't exactly at the hash mark for the minute, right? This one, I'm looking at it right now, it's right dead on, just dead on. And that's the way I like my watches. So, wow, Chip Arwag says, I was finally notified of your broadcast. Glad to join it.
Good.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I do want some input from Arwags. I'd like you to do a little more checking on BlockFi. There was some FUD going around about them, but I think it turned out that it was just some competitor spreading some rumors and spreading some FUD.
Fear,
FUD
uncertainty,
fear,
uncertainty,
uncertainty, and
and
doubt
doubt.
is what FUD stands for in the Bitcoin community. But maybe do a little bit of new research on BlockFi and see what you think. I actually pulled some of my Bitcoin out, it was well over $1 million in valuation in there, and I don't like that much exposure to one entity, so I pulled some of that out of BlockFi. So now I'm under that number. And so, but let me know what you think about all that. It is nice to get interest, though. Bree's getting decent interest. I mean, you've built up a nice little pile
Yep.
of Bitcoin, and you're
I
getting
did.
interest, and you've got some cash deposited with them too for GUSD. So we trust them. We trust BlockFi, but it'd be nice to have some more independent information on that front. And Bitcoin is down.
More
Bitcoin is,
trust.
can you check the latest price? I think it was around 55. Can you check it on your phone? I can check it on my phone. I think it was around 55,000. So it's been going kind of sideways, and it's down a little bit today. 55.9. So
Right.
the way I look at it, the longer it goes, 54.5. I just refreshed, 54.5. The longer it goes sideways, up, downish in the $50,000 plus range, I think that's a good sign. I think that's a good sign for Bitcoin. I would rather it take a while before it takes the next leg up. You have a chance to shake out all the weak hands and let things kind of stabilize before it takes the next leg up. But I think it might take another leg up. We'll see. We'll see. If not, maybe Carlos will be proven right. Carlos said that it's pretty much going to go to zero. I think that's his take on
Really?
Bitcoin. Yeah, so he
Wow.
may be proven right. A lot of people have said that, right? And of course, if it does go to zero, they'll all be saying, "I told you so. I told you
Right.
so."
And the people that said they're gonna go, it's gonna go to like 100,000, then they'll say, "I told you so."
Well, if it goes to 100,000.
If it goes.
Then the people that said, yeah. Well, a lot of people are already saying, "I told you so." I've said it a couple times on the channel. I've said, "Hey, I told you guys." If you don't have
That was
one,
gonna go this
if you
high.
don't have one Bitcoin, get yourself one. But then I always preface that by saying, not financial advice. Let's see here. Just sent an email with a potential contender to the ambulance. Okay, good. We're going to look at that. I have some ambulance news, by the way. Love the fedora.
News.
You got a fan there. Somebody loves your fedora.
Thank you. There are some people on Facebook that weren't interested in it. Some people don't really.
There's some people in the Lucchese group that said that you should just wear a cowgirl hat, like a cowboy style hat, which we're looking for one, but we want to find a really nice one. So
I just think it looks classy and it matches with
I think the fedoras eat up with class. Absolutely. I
matches
think
with
it's absolutely
any
cool.
clothes.
All right, let's check the email, and then we will give these folks an update on the ambulance situation, because there is an update as of today and more information that we've gleaned. I've got to refresh this. Here we go. International van. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this puppy.
All right.
Craig, my employer, a major Wall Street investment firm that I work for, is now bringing out a private placement in a Bitcoin trust. I don't know if that's good or bad. Maybe you can keep us posted as to whether or not it's good or bad. Fully restored 1963 15-foot. Oh, no, thanks. Okay, go ahead and cut to this. Fully restored vintage 1963 15-foot International Harvester Metro van food truck for sale in Montana. Okay. Let's take a look here. Let's make this picture bigger. I like it. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool. Kind of neat.
Fun to ride.
See, look what they put in there. They put they made it into like a mobile kitchen. So you'd have one big kitchen. Do a lot of cooking on the road. And there's the two big propane things on the back. Very interesting. Original engine with only 79K miles. Runs amazing. Okay. Yeah, kind of cool. Not quite as robust and heavy duty as a medium duty Ambulance. Okay, so here's the update on the ambulance situation. I'm beginning to think there's a lot of drama in the ambulance community. Okay, so here's the thing. There's a pretty nice rig. It's a Braun. It's a 2009. It's a Kodiak, Chevrolet Kodiak medium duty truck chassis, and the Braun body, 14-foot body, 72 inches inside clearance, 6 foot. Let me see if I can pull it up here. But here's the thing. It seems like a very interesting truck, and I'll give you the details on it. But the gentleman selling it has now said that a neighboring community might be buying it. Did I pass it? Where is it? 2000, that's not it. That a neighboring community might buy it. And so I guess he's thinking about pulling it out of the auction and selling it to them, thereby leaving the two of us that are bidding so far high and dry. And the other unit that I had bid on, guess what? I don't see it here. Maybe he's already withdrawn it.
Whoa.
Let me keep looking.
And you refreshed?
It's 2009. I don't see it. I'm on govdeals.com. If I find it, I'll pull it up. But meanwhile, there is another one of interest on the site that I will show you if I can find it. Oh, there it is.
2009 Chevrolet.
I think that's it. Yeah, this is it. It's still in here. Okay.
Kentucky.
So when this loads in, you can cut. Okay, go ahead, cut to that. Okay, so this is the one, and I've talked to the guy. He's pretty cool. Here are the photos. I'll run through them here, and he sent me some additional photos, and it's got an interesting story to it. It is a Braun box, which is high-end, and it's a medium-duty chassis. This is the last year of the Chevrolet Kodiak chassis, 6.6 Duramax engine. Okay, these photos are not that great, but he did send me some additional photos. It's got the sliding door that Brauns have, which is kind of cool. But you can see it's a decent unit. It has about 111,000 miles on it. But cut back to us. But the thing that's interesting about this rig is somebody about 2 years ago, instead of putting diesel fuel in the tank, they put DEF fluid in. And they brought it back. They cleaned it out. They cleaned out the injectors. They tried to save the engine. They ended up driving it for a couple of months after that, and it got a knock in the engine. So to make a long story short, for $20,000, they had a Jasper remanufactured engine put in it. So that engine only has 900 hours and about 20,000 miles on it. So it's basically got a new engine in it. And Jasper remanufactured engines are no joke. So you're buying a rig that pretty much has a new engine, which is kind of interesting. I'm the high bidder right now, and it's bid at $8,600. But again, he might withdraw it from the auction. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, there is another one that just got listed that's interesting, that's in Florida, and that auction is going to end before this auction. So I might end up with two. I might end up bidding on the Florida one, get it, and then get this one too if he doesn't withdraw it. I might be stuck with two units. So let's see here. Let's catch up on the comments, Bree. Say hi to Bitcoin Princess Bree from me. Okay, that's Stan. How do you pronounce him? Braun is his last name. Maybe he's the owner of the Braun Ambulance Company.
Stanislaus Braun. Shout out to you.
I assume you can get one of the UPS trucks cheap when they change them. I've heard that they never sell the UPS trucks, that they basically dismantle them and recycle stuff and whatever. That I don't think you're allowed to buy a used UPS truck. I've never seen them sold used. Some other step vans, yes, but I've never seen a used UPS truck. That's what I was told, that they don't do it. Busers in the house, is there an ambulance YouTube community? There are Facebook communities. I don't know about YouTube. Let's see. Braun says, I have a question as a newbie to this Bitcoin. How do we know if the money amount is legit if there is no government or agency that regulates it? Isn't the risk big? It can get manipulated. Okay, so very good question. Bitcoin, the protocol limits it to 21 million units. So unlike U.S. currency that can be inflated, in other words, they can print a bunch of extra currency, you can't do that with Bitcoin. It's fixed to 21 million units, and it's decentralized. There is no centralized authority that can manipulate it, can manipulate the supply. It would take a consensus of more than 51% of the miners and node operators and all to do that. It would be very difficult to pull that off, virtually impossible, because they're not going to agree to that because it would devalue the Bitcoin that they're holding. So I think it's highly unlikely that the supply of Bitcoin is increased. Now, can Bitcoin fail at some point? Maybe a government attack on it? That's possible. But every day that Bitcoin survives, it's less likely that that's going to happen with more and more adoption and more regulatory clarity. It's probably not going to happen. So, yeah, I don't think you might not have to worry about any of those issues. It might be a good idea to get a hold of some and hold on to it.
Hold on.
Hold with a strong hand, we say. Strong hand. R-Wags, Carlos, the only danger I can find in Bitcoin is that all of the world banks and governments using, accepting, or holding Bitcoin a punishable crime with a large fine and or imprisonment. That's correct. That's kind of what they would have to do. But a lot of governments around the world are embracing it and are embracing people that own Bitcoin. They're like havens where they want you to come there and there's no tax on it and so forth because they want these wealthy individuals in their jurisdiction. So there might be competition for Bitcoiners to come. And India has banned it several times, and China has done it several times, but they've all backed down. They've all realized that it didn't work out, and they reversed course on it. So we'll see. We'll see how all that goes. But yeah, that's the biggest threat, is a government crackdown. But I think what's going to happen is the countries that do try to crack down on it, that they'll be put in an unfavorable position, just like the internet, right? If you, quote, crack down on the internet, try to shut down the internet, you're like cutting off your nose to spite your face. And generally speaking, it would not work out well if somebody tries to cut off the internet in their country, North Korea, for example. And so they're probably, for the same reasons, not going to want to cut off access to Bitcoin. Carlos in the House of Rags, in my opinion, if just the USA would do it, it would be enough, limiting the access to U.S. markets. See, I think the price would pull back if the USA outlawed Bitcoin, but I don't think it would. I still don't think it would die. I think it would still survive, and I think a lot of hardcore people would keep using it, and other people around the world would keep using it, and I think at some point the USA would reverse that decision. And now, at this point, they've come out and issued clarity. I think it would be very difficult for them to do that. I think it would be very difficult for them to get the support necessary to do it. We'll see. Every day it survives, it's the less likely scenario. BU serves in the house. Carlos, I follow the motorcycle community, video game community, reptile community, etc. And the one thing I've learned is that there's a community for every subject, and they all have infighting and drama. Yeah, there you go. What makes the UPS truck international? What make is the UPS truck? They make them themselves, as far as I know. They build them themselves, or have somebody build them for them. They're like custom, as far as I know. Let's see. I was watching clips of The Matrix. Craig looks just like Agent Smith, not telling us something. Okay. I haven't seen that, so okay. Lance is in the house. Sent a link to a cool truck that would be converted into a work van. Also sent a bargain GS9F. Okay, we'll look at that. Sir Lancelot has graced us with his presence. Carlos and Nasby serve. I assume the snobism from the watch community is hard to match. Okay. Maybe in the Prevost bus community, maybe there it's at a high level as well. Banning Bitcoin, that would be a sad commentary for the land of the free. Well, yeah, and I think it would be very difficult for them to do it. I really do. So, and it actually might backfire. It might be the death knell for them, because then people will realize that the gig is up, that their money is worthless, and that they're inflating it, to insane degrees, and it might cause people to flock to Bitcoin. It might backfire on them. I think probably more people drank during Prohibition when they made liquor illegal. They probably had more people drinking than before. I don't know how that all worked out. Let's see here. Greetings from Liverpool. You both look well and fine. Fettel, there we go. I saw Bitcoin ATM in Hong Kong recently. Oh, cool. Question, this is from Braun, how long do you guys believe the U.S. dollar can maintain the status of the main currency of the world, since it is well known the U.S. government print money? I think maybe for a while, because all the other currencies are doing the same thing. They're all inflating all their currencies as well. So maybe it'll hold up for a while, maybe 10 years. That's a good question. That is a very good question. But I think maybe for a while. But yeah, it's definitely being devalued big time. Just look at the cost of groceries next time you go shop for some groceries, which, by the way, are not in the Consumer Price Index. And don't get me started on fuel costs. Of course, there are other factors driving that up. Let's see here. Wait for that to load in, and you can cut to it. Craig, was owning gold illegal in your lifetime? It was illegal for a period there. I don't think it was during my lifetime. But yes, it was illegal for people in the U.S. to have gold. And then they reversed on that. Yeah, cut to this puppy. Yeah, it's kind of cool. These are kind of cool. These are like, in Europe, they have a lot of these kind of vehicles that are, they have a lot of rough roads over there. So they designed these vehicles to handle the rough roads. And, yeah, that's interesting. Wait, 710K, what does that mean? That's not the price, I hope. No, it's 23,400. It's bid to 23,400 on 19. Oh, so it probably already sold. Okay. So, yeah, this would be more for if you wanted something really for heavy-duty off-road use. Yeah, they're cool. They're kind of cool. But see, the advantage to the ambulance is a lot of the things that you need to make a mobile office are already there. The power systems, et cetera. Okay, so let's go back and check. And I'll show you another one that is being auctioned that is kind of cool. Another unit. But let's show this puppy. Look at that. He's right. A bargain Grand Seiko. $600. $35 shipping. It's in Japan. I like it.
Not bad.
It's like your watch, Bree. But it's cool. It's had some heavy use, which the 9F, no, of course it's not gold. The 9F can handle some heavy use. This one's had some heavy use.
Yeah.
It's got some dings on it and stuff, some scratches. But they're designed to handle heavy use. I like it. It's like your watch in steel.
Basically, yeah. Does it have the lion on the back?
It has the GS on the crown. That's what it has on the back.
Oh, okay.
So that's a little different than yours.
Yeah. I like the lion.
Yeah. Well, yours is a higher end unit.
Water resistant.
That is neat.
Stainless steel.
I'm going to put a watch on that.
Watch list.
I'm going to add it to the watch list. Yeah.
Why not?
Oh, I got to sign in. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? All right. Okay, see,
I wants to do more stuff.
Oh my goodness! It wants me to confirm a lot of things. Help protect us. All I'm trying to do is spend money. eBay. My gosh, these people. Shut up and take my money, right?
Shut up and
Let's see.
dance.
Let's see. Carlos, how can they do that? Non-U.S. banks, and you're not a U.S. citizen. That doesn't make sense. Oh, what did they do to Carlos?
Doesn't make sense. I'm not U.S. national resident.
You have a point, Craig. Whenever the U.S. bans something like liquor and gold, it backfires on them. I'm not U.S. national or resident, and I have to fill IRS forms as a client of the U.S. banks because U.S. can force that. Oh, yeah, U.S. can make you jump through a lot of hoops no matter where you are in the world. But that could change.
Braun asked.
That could change. Let's see here. Carlos, I neither see any good of returning to gold standard now. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be necessary with Bitcoin. We can just have the Bitcoin standard. We don't need the gold standard. Bitcoin's more limited than gold anyway. Bitcoin is strictly limited to 21 million units. Gold is not limited. So it would be a better backstop to use Bitcoin as the standard. Carlos says, I neither see. Okay, I already read that one. Bitcoin has hurt gold prices. Yeah, people are moving gold money that they have in gold into Bitcoin. Jim Cramer was talking about that on a podcast we listened to today on Pomp's podcast. He was talking about that.
He was all gold in 1983.
Now he's half.
He's like
now he took half of his money that he had in gold and he put it in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And he bought it Bitcoin when it was like 10,000. So he was COVID. A happy camper that he followed. Yeah. He had been on Pomp's podcast previously, and Pomp had suggested that he do that, and he did it. And
he's happy.
He's a very happy camper. He said thank you many times. View service in the house. Craig, what modifications can you make to the Prius to make it the ultimate apocalypse-ready, one-and-done vehicle? I don't think so. I don't think you can like run over zombies and stuff with a Prius. I think it would do a lot of damage to the Prius. So I think you need something heavier duty. Speaking of heavy duty, should we show them the other ambulance that was listed recently that I'm watching? Let's pull that one up. Why don't you go through the buttons here? Play with the buttons while I do this.
Play with the buttons.
Yeah, and tell them what you're showing so that they know.
All right, so that's the little Treasury logo.
In the upper right.
In the upper right-hand corner. That's the MidAtlanticTV.com logo.
Mm-hmm.
That's the SBG Y002.
My gold stunner.
That's Craig's old gold stunner.
Yeah.
That's his watch, my watch, and then his faux pay. Yeah. In the sunlight.
The stunner in the sunlight. Stunner in the sunlight.
That's the 231.
Which is on the bench right now. Who's that?
That's me. Brief It Dance.
That's the 005
that you had before.
We missed that one, don't we?
Yeah.
We missed the 005.
Oh, gold money clip. Some cash.
And a date 8.
A date 8.
18238.
And
another one, 18238. And then if we do this, there's some more buttons.
Oh, okay.
That's the red sub that I sold to Paul Falpel. That's another picture of it.
The
2 faux pays.
Gold.
Close up of the 231.
Nice.
Another close up. And Steve with the faux pay and with the 002 stunner. And then the next two are Frederick Fence Company. We'll give them a plug. Frederick Fence Company. Okay, so now if we go back, I think we do this. Yeah, and then you can go to logos. There we are. We're back where we started.
The stills?
That's what we're on right now, is stills. That's telling you what page we're on.
Okay.
We're on stills. If you go here, that's stills 2.
Stills 2.
And those are the only two that we're really using right now. It's Stills 1 and Stills 2. Okay, before we show the other ambulance, the other rig, let's look at the comments here and make sure we're caught up. Carlos says FATCA comes from the U.S. anti-terrorist regulation on September 11 and makes it yeah. And all these regulations they come up with, they're always temporary, right? They always have something like 9/11 happen, so they come up with all these regulations, all these things. Yeah, well, it's an emergency situation. We just have to do this for a little while, right? And then it's permanent. It's permanent, right? So it's a one-way valve. You give up your rights, and then you never get any back, right? And what Bitcoin is going to do is it's going to reverse that situation. It's going to take the power away from the big, huge, strong government and give it back to the people, which is where it's supposed to be. The power is supposed to be with the people. Now, I know that's sacrilege for me to say that, but that's the way it's supposed to be. Okay, Braun says, I have to leave now. Thank you for the information. Have a nice day, and special goodbye to the young and talented Bitcoin Princess Bree. Yes,
Thank you for watching.
He must follow you on Twitter. He must have come over from Twitter.
Yeah, because I actually posted it on Twitter. So.
Yeah, good.
Thank you.
Derek, wake up. Where's Derek? Yeah, Craig made gold bracelets cool again. Oh, I don't have mine on. Can you get it there? Get my faux pay, for gosh sakes. You can tell we rushed the setup here. Let's go back to 231 while she gets the faux pay for me. The heck, why wasn't I wearing the faux pay? Okay, and I've got to tell the story.
I wear mine all day, so
I've got to tell.
I can't forget it.
You wear yours all the time. Ooh. Whoops. I got to tell the story as to why I'm wearing this shirt with the sleeves rolled up.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead and organize your chair there. Or do you want to tell the story?
Okay, I can tell it. So basically, I was vacuuming my room and in the closet. And in the closet, there's some, these shirts.
Shirts. Lots of shirts.
Lots of shirts.
Lots and lots of shirts.
And I accidentally, sucked it up.
The sleeve.
This sleeve.
Because there were two rows. There's a low row.
Right.
Where the shirts are almost touching the ground.
Yeah.
But they're a little bit up from the ground, but they're almost touching. And then there's a high row. And so these were on the low row, this shirt.
So it's kind of
and you accidentally vacuumed up the sleeve.
Suck it up.
And the motorized head
thought.
on the motorized head just sucked up the sleeve.
I really thought it ripped.
And it didn't tear it. It did soil it. It got it dirty. And so I've got it rolled up right now to hide that dirt. But it'll go to the cleaners and hopefully they'll be able to clean it. If not, I have some extras, wouldn't you say? Would you say I probably have enough shirts?
Yes. You can wear the other ones.
Bree's how can somebody possibly... You got to understand, I got a whole walk-in closet here full of shirts and suits and jackets and all that. That's a second huge walk-in closet that's also filled. And then there's a third closet back in here that's got a ton of shirts in it, too.
I haven't seen that one, but damn.
Yeah, it's back there, trust me. So, yeah, somebody has too many shirts. I got to get rid of some of them. Okay. And let's see. And what... In a way, what has happened is that all the world has adopted something similar to FATCA, the Common Reporting Standard, at least is less intrusive, and they only report to where you are a tax resident. Okay. Yeah, well, government grows and becomes more and more powerful until it finally collapses. That's what happens. That's what happened to the Roman Empire, right? Okay, let's show this puppy. We're showing the other unit. Let me see if here we go.
Oh, that kind of looks purple.
So it's a Freightliner. It's a Freightliner, and it's got the International inline 6-cylinder. That's a very good diesel truck engine. This is a medium-duty truck chassis. And this is a 14-foot box, 72 inches tall inside. It's about the biggest most of the The ambulances are. So I'm trying to get some additional information on it as far as the engine hours and that sort of thing. It has 200,000 miles on the rig, but it's a Florida truck, and that's, use on flat roads and all that. And for this commercial chassis, that's not terrible mileage, not at all, depending on the hours on the engine. And since it's a rural community, it might not be real high hours. Those might be mainly highway miles, not a ton of idling on this particular unit. We'll see. I'm getting more information as we speak. But that's the unit. That's the other kind of cool unit that is up for auction right now in Gov Deals. So we'll see what happens with that. All right, I think we're about ready to wrap it up. This can be a relatively short show. We've been going for about a half an hour. What else can we show them?
My Twitter.
You want to show them your Twitter?
Sure.
Let's see. Did we? Oh, what's this faux pay thing? Oh, this is the article. You did a blog post.
Blog post about
your boots. You got some new boots.
Yes, hiking boots.
Okay, you got some new cowboy boots too. Are they on your feet?
I can actually show them.
Okay.
With my outfit.
Okay, why don't we do that?
Okay.
Why don't we show your boots?
Just get out.
Yeah, you got some nice boots.
Lizard boots.
And let's see, if I cut to that shot, oh, you're going to have to go back a little further from to see the boots. Okay, there you go. Not quite that far. Okay, come up a little closer. Okay, now lift them up. Yep, they can see them. And these are Lizard. And these are classics. These have they do not have the plastic heel rand. Actually, can you pull one off so you can show it closer when we come back here? Okay, and then, while we're doing this, you want to go grab one of your hiking boots?
Okay.
Go grab one of those, and then we can show that as well, and then we'll show the blog posting. Let's see. Pelosi's dentures. Is it racist asking if using whitening toothpaste is racist? Good question. All right, come on over here. We're going to show them here. Get yourself settled in there. Take your time. And anybody that has anything else they need to send, let me check the email and see if that is, make sure we're caught up on that. Yeah, I think we're caught up on that. Yeah, Bitcoin's all the way down to 54,500. So there's your buying opportunity, folks. You all said you wanted a dip to buy. You wanted a dip. Yep. So time to buy. Oh, I wasn't showing that.
It would only go up from here.
Well, we never know, but we'll see. Okay, Let's show these. These are VASQ, VASQUE, VASQ hiking boots. And be careful because they're muddy on the bottom there. You've been hiking in them. And these are made in Italy. And they were in exceptional condition. We cleaned them up and so forth. And put some new laces on using paracord. 550 paracord for the laces. And so those are nice pieces. Well, a piece of trivia, what a lot of people don't know about VASQ is they were made up by Red Wing Shoes. And Bree published this. If you go to airguides.com/VASQs, VASQUE, you'll see her blog post here. And VASQ is a brand that was created by the Red Wing Shoe Company. And they're still around. That brand is still around. I don't know if Red Wing does still own them, as a matter of fact. But they're mostly made now in China and other like Asian countries and maybe some in Central America. But they're not made in Italy anymore. And so once again, Bree got the good ones.
Yuppity.
So yeah, that's how that works.
Could we show them the lizard?
And yep, we'll do that. And there they are on her feet, the VASQs. And there they are on her feet. And then there's her video. Oh, that was my video actually about them. Okay, so we showed these.
Oh, and I
So
have the Bitcoin pin too.
okay, so we show that, and so we can show, but you don't have it on. Oh, it's there. Okay.
It's there.
All right, so there you got a Bitcoin pin on your leather coat. Looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. Okay. And then let's show your boots.
Oh, yep, I can take it off, I guess.
you That's why I asked you to take it off. Okay, hold it up. These are the Lizard boots. These are classics. These are top of the line. They date from about the late 80s, the late 1980s. They were most likely made in El Paso shortly after the El Paso
Because they have the...
factory opened. The reason we say they're that date range is these still do not have the plastic heel rand. In the early 90s, they went to the plastic heel rand, which is okay. It's not the end of the world, but I like these better where it's all leather.
Yeah.
I like this construction better. And these were in exceptional condition, eBay find, and we cleaned them up, and they were almost like they'd never been worn. I mean, they were in that kind of condition. And so now Bree has 3 pairs of stunning Lucchese's. She's got one pair that is ostrich, full quill ostrich with smooth ostrich uppers. And she's got a pair that are snakeskin that are also snakeskin vamp and snakeskin uppers. These are lizard vamp and goat, right? Goat skin uppers. All 3 pairs are high-end Lucchese's. So there you go. They're not the Lucchese 1883s or Lucchese 2000s or any of their lower line brands. They're the top of the line boots.
Right.
So Kyle's in the house. He just popped in. Jipu's in the house. He says, "Nice pants, Bree." You want to show your pants again?
Thank you.
Let's show your pants again, and then we're going to wrap this puppy up. So we're going to do. You can take this chair out of the way, and we'll show off your pants again. So there we go. All right. Bree modeling the pants. And her fancy leather coat. Yeah, I should say they look good. Let's see. How are you, Carlos? Jaden says, Jaden's in the house. Says, "Hi, everyone." He wears like size 15 shoes, Bree. "Hi, everyone. Have been swamped lately. Glad to catch the show today." Well, you're catching the tail end of it. The tail end of it. Let's see. Kyle, very well. Thank you. Okay. Great on my end. Thanks, says Kyle. And Jipu says, "Wow." He says, "Wow." Kyle says, "Nice pants, Bree."
Thank you.
Were those a Goodwill find?
Yeah. Everything from Goodwill.
Bree's thrifty. Bree doesn't like to spend she doesn't like to spend the greenbacks. Bree likes to save so that she can buy more Bitcoin. Everybody else is buying the expensive clothing items, and Bree's buying really nice clothing items, but she's doing it at Goodwill so that she can spend the rest of the money on Bitcoin. Jeez. I'll tell you what, guys. You better get a ring on this girl's finger pretty soon, because she's desirable. Talk about a young lady that's smart, focused on fitness, that is absolutely gorgeous, of course, but also thrifty. That's a good combination all the way around. Thrifty.
Yep.
Jaden says, "I do have a new account. The old one was compromised." Okay, so we should give Jaden a wrench, but how do we know, how can we confirm that this is really him and not somebody else saying that? Carlos, can you do a security check on Jaden and see if this is actually his real account, this one right now?
Yes,
so please. We can issue a wrench?
Bree learns from the best. Of course.
All of you guys, you learn from all of these guys, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they learn from you.
She takes it to heart. She takes it to heart. We all learn together. Yeah. I think
Yep.
Jaden should have his wrench back. Absolutely, Kyle. We're trying to confirm that this is the real Jaden. How do you think we do that? Jipu says absolutely stunning as well. Working on a new video that we just shot a little while ago.
This is a stunner too.
You were trying to do the dance moves from the Susie Q scene in Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, you're a pretty good dancer, but I think you might need to work a little bit more on some of those moves.
Yeah, I gotta practice.
They were difficult moves. They were not easy moves, for sure. Okay, so I do not have an alternate channel with Jaden, but I feel it's he.
That it's he, yeah.
Okay, so I think it's him. Oh, maybe Jaden can tell us something in the chat that only he would know.
Yeah.
Is there something, Jaden, that you can put in the chat that only the real Jaden would know? And maybe, for example, the kind of shoes that you buy? Maybe the kind of shoes that you buy? Because I know what that is. And maybe if Jaden puts that in there, maybe we can match that up. And maybe maybe the watches that you've had, a couple of the watches that you've talked about. Put that in the chat. Kyle's in the house. I think it is him. He and I connected on LinkedIn, and this is the correct spelling on his last name.
Okay.
It used to just say Jaden V.
Oh, I do remember.
Okay. See, we've got folks that take security seriously on this channel.
Yep.
You know, we take security seriously. We're not like some of the channels that just let everybody in.
There's security here, so.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
We're all secure.
We have a physical. We talked about security earlier when we were out walking on the grounds. We were out walking, and we were talking about how important security is.
Very important.
So, yeah. Whoa, Craig, something has happened to my wrench. Can you please restore it? Be served in exile.
What if
I think this could absolutely be a fake account. This absolutely could be a fake account. So yeah. Yeah, we've had infiltrators in the past. You know, we've had problems with infiltrators. So we're waiting for a comment from Jaden. He's probably, the fake Jaden is probably researching the real Jaden to see what he can put in the chat.
Yeah, it's taking a little bit of time.
Yeah, taking a little bit of time. That could be a red flag. Just sent email proof.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That was the time spent?
Yeah. Okay, so that works. Get this reload in. Shoes. Okay, here we go.
Oh, he actually sent an image.
Oh, yeah, look at his size. Yeah.
Do you show him?
Yeah. Oh, no, we shouldn't show that. You shouldn't show the private emails here. Okay. All right. So, okay, go ahead and let's issue him a wrench. You want me to do it?
How do you do that?
You just tap on his name. Add moderator. Okay. So now next time he comments, he should have a wrench. Just like that.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we're going to wrap it up. Wrap this puppy up. Go ahead and put any last minute comments in there, folks, that you would like dealt with. I'll tell you what. This is really comfortable. This is more comfortable than my 231. My 231's comfortable because it's titanium. It's comfortable. But this one is it just floats on the wrist.
Light.
Do you feel like that's the same with yours?
Me too.
It just kind of floats there?
Yeah, same.
It's just really...
It's just there.
It looks great.
And the faux pay too.
Oh, the faux pay, yeah.
It's just the Apple Watch is a little bit like...
The Apple Watch is a little clunky compared to the other two, yeah.
But definitely, I can just wear it and not even think about...
Yeah, and you wear your Grand Seiko all the time, pretty much.
Yeah.
And the faux pay.
Faux pay, definitely.
Yeah. Faux pay all the
Seiko.
time, and the
Grand Seiko all the time.
the close to all the time, not quite as often. Maybe 80% of the time.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
80%.
All right.
Oh, can we show him pictures of the lizard boots
The pictures? Oh yeah,
on Flickr?
absolutely we can. Give me a second here to pull these up. Go to photo stream. And Craig, when did you get the 231? 2018? I probably did. I'm sure I have a video when I first got it on the channel. I know I do. And that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Yeah, if not late 2017. It's been 3 years. Yeah, probably 2018. Okay, so let's show all these. Bree.
Okay. The hiking boots first.
Yeah, we'll show all these. All right,
The
so
Vask hiking boots.
yes, absolutely. Screws holding the front of the soles down there. The paracord 550 used for laces. And there are the lizard boots. Absolutely stunning. Stunning, stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Those are no joke. No joke. They look good with those jeans, too.
Yeah, like...
Somebody saying in the chat, what boots? Carlos hit AJ with AJ made a negative comment. AJ. Carlos slammed him.
Thank you,
great.
Carlos.
That's great.
Carlos
let's
foot.
see what else we have here. Okay. There we go. Lucchese's.
With the shoe trees inside.
Yep. Yeah, you got a new pair of shoe trees for them.
Right.
And there's my Lucchese vest. Okay.
Lucchese,
All right.
Lucchese.
A lot of Lucchese going on right now. Let's see. Craig, please, I need this show for more time. Carlos Derek, Craig spoke about the date before. We were missing you. Yeah, we even showed let's show the 18238. There's the 18238. We showed it. We talked about it in depth. We talked about day dates. And matter of fact, we were trying to decide whether or not I should get another day date, and you weren't here. So so we decided I probably shouldn't. You know, Derek, you got to be here when we have the day date discussions. You can't be hanging out somewhere, you know, out of the saddle. You need to be in the saddle. I did hear it, Carlos. Yes, but I was in my lazy boy chair and can't get up due to laziness. That makes sense. All right, we're gonna wrap this pup. Oh, let's show your website. Do we have your website up here? Here it is.
Possibly. Briefitdance.com.
Yeah, let's show your briefitdance.com, and there's places there where you can donate. You can make donations further down the screen. There's we'll show you QR code in case anybody wants to scan this later. We'll go on down. Let's show the BlockFi one.
That's the blockchain.
Blockchain.
And
this is
that's
BlockFi
BlockFi.
here, right? So
Yes.
there you go. There you go, folks. If you want to make a donation to Brianna, just use that, scan that QR code, and that will work.
For
Let's see. That in rotation with the 002 is a perfect combo.
231 or the Rolex?
Oh, the 231 or the roll? Oh, he's thinking about the Rolex.
Maybe.
The 18238.
Yeah.
And
You showed the Rolex.
And that would be an interesting rotation. I'll grant you that. If I was younger, my eyes were better. Yeah. Derek in the house. Buys, hold it, guys. Okay. All right.
Guys,
We're going to wrap this puppy up. Wrap it up. Thanks for
Thank you for watching.
Yeah. And follow her at brieffitdance.com. That's what you do. You follow her at brieffitdance.com.